What's up, gang? If you guys are watching this, this is the final installment of the Body Recomp training education course series. So initially we opened up in the intro. I pretty much told you guys what this training was about, why I offered it, and the different categories of the training. So initially we talked about fat loss, we talked about muscle building, we talked about the macro count, and we also talked about tracking your progress. This here is going to take all of that information that you got from those videos, hopefully if you watched them, and more specifically, the macro count video. So if you haven't watched the macro count video, then this video isn't gonna mean nothing to you. It ain't gonna mean shit to you. So I highly suggest, if you haven't watched the macro count video, that you go back and watch that video. If muscle building is your goal, then I suggest you watch the muscle building video, the macro count video, and then I suggest that you come and watch this video, and then watch the meal prep video. And the same thing if fat loss is your goal. Watch fat loss video, macro count video, this video, then the meal prep video, and you guys should have enough information, enough knowledge to be well on your way to your fitness goals and whatnot. So with all of that being said, let's jump right into it. No, let's go over here. Let's jump right into it. So this right here is what we call the macro calculator. Now, if you follow me in the first video, actually not the first video, if you follow me in the macro count video, we talked about this a little bit, right? And we probably touched on it a little bit in the fat loss video. So this is how we get your numbers for your macros, right? So if you notice in that video, I collected some data from you, and if I did a meal and or a nutrition plan for you, then some of this data will be recognizable to you. So right here, I took your age. I determined, well, not determined, if I work with you, you're either male or female. I got your height, I got your weight, and then I got your goal and your activity level. So everything here is pretty much, I'm using myself as an example. I don't weigh 250 pounds. This is when I did weigh close to 250 pounds. And I'm pretty much taking from my experience, and we're gonna build a meal plan based on my old information. So I'm a 32-year-old male. I'm 5'9". I weighed 250 pounds. My goal is fat loss. And at the time, my activity was light, which meant that I got moderate exercise, but I had a sedentary job. Now, that's not entirely true, because I had a job that demanded physical labor, but I was sedentary in my exercise. So I guess you can kind of reverse those around and take that for what it is. And then, you know, after we put all that information in, we hit this little lovely button here, calculate, and it'll calculate our macros for us. So my carbs were 183 grams per day. My proteins were 183 grams per day, and my fats were 41 grams per day. Now, if you follow me in the fat loss and in the macro count video, we talked about how to use these numbers to get our daily caloric intake. So if you remember, for every 1 gram of carbs, that's worth 4 calories. For every 1 gram of protein, that's worth 4 calories. And for every 1 gram of fat, that's worth 9 calories. So you will multiply 183 grams of carbs by 4, 183 grams of proteins by 4, and 41 grams of fat by 9. That would take me out to 732 calories that I'm getting from my carbs, 732 calories that I'm getting from my proteins, and 369 calories that I'm getting from my fats. Totaled all together, my daily caloric intake should be no more than 1,833 calories per day. Now, if you got a pen and pad, I need you guys to write that down. I need you to write down everything here: the carbs, proteins, fats, the 183 grams per day, 183 grams per day, 41 grams per day. And then I need you to write off to the side equals 1833. That information is going to come in handy when we build our meal plan. Now, if you haven't already noticed, this calculator that I'm using comes from bodybuilding.com. So you can use bodybuilding.com. I've mentioned them before in the other training videos, or you could use ifitfitsyourmacros.com, and you can Google that and it'll take you there. Either or, they're both great calculators. There's going to be a point in the actual meal planning of the meal planning, the meal plan, where this information is going to be contradictory to the next platform that we're going to use to actually build your meal plan. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about those numbers that the next platform is going to give you. These are the numbers here that we're going to go with. So stick with me, and I'm going to reaffirm or reiterate that, if you will, once we get over there. So give me a second. Hydration. Stuff is better than beer, it's better than alcohol, better than juice, better than soda water. So we're going to come over here to this beautiful website called MyFitnessPal, myfitnesspal.com. This is where we build your meal plan. If you don't have a MyFitnessPal account, I highly suggest that you get one and start using it. A lot of people use MyFitnessPal to track their calories, but they're not understanding the relationship of calories to actual fitness goals or whatever. If you watch the macro count video, then you understand the relationship of calories and macronutrient calories. If you watch the fat loss video, then you understand the relationship of using those numbers, that information, to help you lose weight. And with this, we're going to do more than just actually track, how much we take in per day to make sure that we stand on our diet. We're going to build a meal plan. We're going to build a plan that tells us exactly what proteins we're going to eat Monday through Sunday, what carbohydrates we're going to eat Monday through Sunday, what vegetables we're going to eat Monday through Sunday, and it's going to be everything inclusive from breakfast all the way to dinner. So this is how we build your meal plan. If you're excited about this, thank you. So if you don't have a MyFitnessPal account, please go get one. It's free. Don't do the premium. There's no need for it. You don't have to do the premium. The basic account works fine. This place has a huge database for food that gives you all types of information that you're going to need that's going to help you build your meal plan. Now, this is going to take you about an hour or so. This might take us a little less because I already know what I'm doing. I've done this not only for myself, but plenty of other clients in the past. And I'm offering this information to you guys for free. So please stick with me. If you don't have a MyFitnessPal account, again, get one. And so without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. So the first thing you want to do when you set up your MyFitnessPal account, you want to come to settings. And from the settings, you want to go to diary settings. Actually, no, you don't want to go to diary settings. I'm sorry, I apologize. You want to go to update diet and fitness profile. So don't go to diary settings. go to update diet/fitness profile. You're going to click on that link. And right here, you're going to have some information that looks very familiar to the information that we put in the bodybuilding.com calculator. Remember, they asked us for our age, our sex, height, weight, and our goal. Come over here. They asked for our age, height, goal, sex, date of birth, activity. That's a little bit more information here. So let's just get started. So let's say we took our information from bodybuilding.com. I'm a 250-pound male. That's my starting weight, my current weight, also my starting weight. I don't know why they had that in there. I'm 5'9", and I want to lose some fat, right? I want to lose 50 pounds worth of fat. So my goal weight, we're going to leave it here, is 200 pounds. My gender, I'm a male, and my date of birth. Oh, hold on. Let's go change this real quick. So the starting date for all of this, we're going to start it May, since it's May. Today's the 29th, 2017. And change my date of birth, because this might throw some stuff off if I don't. You guys are going to get an opportunity to see when my birthday is. So if you guys want to give me a nice little birthday gift next year, you can check my wish list on Amazon.com, and you can see what I want. Shameless plug there. So my birthday. How would I describe my normal daily activities? So we put in over here in bodybuilding.com that I'm lightly active, moderate exercise, sedentary job. And we're going to do the same here. Lightly active. Spend a good part of the day on my feet or whatever. Now, you want to try to make sure that you stay true to what your daily activity is, because it's going to be important for when you're building your macro meal plan. If you're not as close to what your numbers were when you did your calculation on bodybuilding, it could throw it off a little bit more than what it should, a little bit normally. And then they ask you, how many times a week do you plan on exercising? Me, I plan on exercising 6 times a week. My thing is, when I have a client working with me personally, I require 5 to 6 times a week. That you have the option to go 6 if you want to, but my absolute mandatory minimum is 5 days a week, including cardio. But me personally, I do 6. So this is me. So we're going to put 6 times a week, 6 days a week. Minimum workout, 90 minutes. That's an hour and a half. But for me, I like to go to the gym for 2 hours. So I'm going to put 180 minutes per workout. And how do you want to track expended calories or expended energy? We're going to track it in calories. We talked about calories in the other training videos. We're going to stick with calories. We're not going to do kilojoules or anything like that. And what is my goal? To lose 2 pounds per week. Now, in the fat loss video, we talked about this, right? We talked about a healthy amount of weight to lose per week. 2 to 3 pounds per week is good progress. It's good progress. And they don't go no more than 2 pounds a week, but you can squeeze about an extra pound in there, a half a pound to a pound in there. So that's roughly 2 to 3 pounds. And then we're just going to update my profile from here. Bam. So once you hit that update profile button, this is what the next page is going to look like. They're going to give you some numbers that look totally different from the numbers that you inputted, or might look a little bit different from the numbers that you inputted. And I hope you wrote down the macronutrient numbers that we got from bodybuilding.com, and you have it sitting off to the side somewhere, because those numbers are going to be totally contradictory to these numbers. I don't want you to worry about MyFitnessPal's numbers. Don't worry about the carbs that MyFitnessPal gives you. Don't worry about the carb or the fats that MyFitnessPal give you. Don't worry about the proteins that MyFitnessPal give you. Worry about what you got from bodybuilding.com or what I gave you in your nutrition plan. Because those are the numbers that we're going to use to build your meal plan. As far as your fitness goals, what they're saying is with these numbers here, combined with your level of workout, you should burn 9,900 calories per week. Now, remember, we talked about this. 3,500 calories is worth 1 pound of fat. So let's see how many pounds this is. 9,900 divided by 3,500 equals 2.82 pounds of fat per week. So if you were to burn 9,900 calories per week, you would burn 2.8 pounds of fat per week based on 6 workout days at 180 minutes. That's 2 hours. And that all depends, varying on your intensity, the intensity of your workout, how much cardio you're getting and all that. But this right here, I don't want you guys to worry about the fitness, the calories burned per week fitness goals right now. That's on the training section. And I know I said that this is the final video. I'm thinking about doing a whole nother section of training courses designated to actual physical training. So we'll talk about this stuff here in another section. But right now, I only want you guys to worry about this. And I know I told you guys, don't worry about MyFitnessPal numbers. So don't worry about MyFitnessPal numbers. If you hit the button from the last page, this is the page it'll take you to. And we're going to hit the Get Started Now button. So if you hit the Get Started Now button, this is the page that it takes you to. It tells you everything that you need. Well, not everything that you need, but it pretty much gives you your daily summary. So we're going to leave this. Actually, no, we're going to come here. We're going to go to Add Foods. And this is where we actually build your meal plan. Now, this diary, it tracks day to day. So once you build your meal plan, it's only building it for May 29th. That means you got to go in and build another one for May 30th. We're not going to do that. Why are we not going to do that? Because what we build here is pretty much going to be what you're going to use to eat off of for the next 4 weeks. I say 4 weeks because 4 weeks is a month roughly. And we only want to try to get some progress. So does that mean you're going to be eating the same things over and over again? Yes, potentially. But after this video, when I send this video out, I'm also going to send another database out for things that you can interchange your foods with in a food plan. So all you have to do is go in and look up the calorie content, the calorie count on some of these foods, figure out what the quantity of the food would have to be to meet your calorie count. And you can kind of plug and play different items. So you don't have to eat the same exact thing every day. You can kind of switch it up. So what I mean is, if on Monday I have you eating chicken for lunch and turkey for dinner, then Tuesday, if you want to switch it up and do turkey for lunch and chicken for dinner, you can do that. Or if you want to throw beef in there one time a week, you can throw beef in there one day out the week, and we'll figure out what the macro count is for that so it doesn't mess up your macro numbers. Because that's the whole thing. We want to stay within the macro numbers. So the macro numbers that they give us is 1890 over here, as you can see. That's not what we're shooting for. We're shooting for 1833. If you still have that pad and pen that off to the side, then you know that our daily caloric intake, we want 1833. So don't worry about 1890. We're going to treat this as if it's 1833. Now here, this is where it tells us how many calories we have built right here. It gives us our carbs, fats, proteins in grams, and then collectively, it gives us our calories. So as we start to build this, it's going to tell us how many grams of carbs we have sitting on our meal plan, how many grams of fats we have sitting on our meal plan, how many grams of proteins we have sitting in our meal plan, and then all that's going to calculate up to the calories. And we're going to try to stay as close as we possibly can to our 183 grams of carbs, 183 grams of proteins, and 41 grams of fat to give us a total 1833 calories per day. We're not going to worry about sodium. We're not going to worry about sugar too much. We're going to try to stay within the confines of carbs, fats, proteins, and calories. So with that being said, let's build this meal plan. So breakfast, I'm going to come over here to add foods. That's what you want to pick for add foods. And me, I like to have big breakfasts, traditional breakfasts. However, I don't have the time to do that per day. My job requires me to get up extra early to support whatever we got going on. So I have to make sure my prep game is right, and I got to make sure whatever I eat for breakfast has got to be fast. So I'm gonna do boiled eggs. Now I got boiled eggs already here in my database, something that I've added to my personal database. But I want to show you guys how to find foods in the database. So if you come up here, they have a search block. So I want boiled eggs, egg whites. I don't want to eat the whole egg because there's too many fats sitting inside the actual yolk. So we're going to type in egg whites boiled. I'm going to search. Bam, right there. Generic hard-boiled egg whites. I'm going to click on that bad boy. Now I want to know what the calorie count is. You know, I want to know what the fats, I want to know what the proteins and the carbs are. So, you know what? Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I messed up there. Let's do that again. All right, I'll wait for that bad boy to load. There we go. Click on that. Now it's going to take me over here. It's going to tell me, it's going to give me a serving block, one large egg, how much, and to which meal, breakfast, of course. I want to know what the calorie content of one serving of this product is. So I'm going to hit the nutrition info, and it's going to tell me everything I need to know about that food group. One egg is going to give me one egg white, excuse me, is going to give me 17 calories, 0 grams of carbs, and 3 grams of protein. So not too bad. Let's say I want 6 large egg whites. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to change the servings up because remember it's 17 calories. If I got my calculator on me, I can kind of do that math real quick. 17 times 6. That's 102 calories right there. Boom. Let me add that to my food diary. Right there, 102 calories, 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of fat, 21 grams of protein. I'm well on my way. Let's say I want to get me some oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? I got oatmeal. It's quick. You know, it's instant. And I'm not really doing a whole lot to it. Let's see. Quaker oatmeal. All right, there. Old-fashioned Quaker oatmeal. And I want to do, let's see what the nutrition information is for it. So for one serving at a portion size of half a cup, 0.5 is half, I would get 150 calories off of that, 27 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein, and where's our fat count? 3 grams of fat. So I'm still on track. Let's see if we can change this to 1 cup. Let's see what that count will be. 1 cup puts me at 300 calories, 54 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat, 10 grams of protein. I think that works. So I'm gonna go with 1 cup being my 1 serving of oatmeal. I'm gonna add that to my food diary. So right now, real quick, I got my eggs, my protein, I got my oatmeal, my carbs. It's telling me what my calories are. And now it's telling me so far how many calories in breakfast that I'm getting. So if this is all I'm eating for breakfast, I'm taking in 402 calories. I'm taking in 55 grams of carbs so far. And I've taken in 7 grams of fat. And I've taken in 31 grams of protein. What's our number? Our number is 183 grams of carbs, 183 grams of protein, and 41 grams of fat. We still got a lot to go. So you see here, it's giving us the same information we got up top. And right now it's telling us how much we have left to go on our actual meal plan. So by their calculations at 1890, they're telling us we got 181 grams of carbs left, 56 grams of fats, and 64 grams of proteins. That's not actually the count, but okay. But we're well within our numbers, well within our limits. Now, on this, a lot of people are kind of different, right? Like oatmeal. A lot of people like to put milk in their oatmeal. I'm one of those people. I cook it with water, but then I like to saturate it in milk so I can, no, I don't like dry oatmeal. I don't like runny oatmeal, but I don't like dry oatmeal. I like my oatmeal moist. I'm not gonna put any butter in it, but if you're one of those type of people that have to have a little something in there, what I like to do is I'll put some silk almond coconut milk in it, and to give it a little bit of flavor, I'll take one of those little coffee creamers. Those are worth 35 calories, and I'll put just one of those coffee creamer cups in it to give it a little flavoring. It's not going to give it a super sweet flavoring, but it's going to give it enough so it has at least a little character to it, right? Because oatmeal is boring. Oatmeal is boring. It's got to have some character. So let's go to here to add foods, and right here, I got my silk almond coconut blend, unsweetened, because the unsweetened is less calories than the actual sweetened. And we're gonna go with let's say half a cup. Yeah, we'll go half a cup. 0.5 cups. 0.5 is just half a cup of milk, and we'll add that to our counter. That's got me 18 calories for a half a cup of that silk coconut almond, 2 grams of fat, 0 grams of protein. So I'm still within my number. And let's see if we can add one of those coffee creamers. Do I got the coffee creamer in here? Whoa, I don't think I have. Oh yeah, here we go. Coffee creamer. Coffee mate, French vanilla. You can do the hazelnut if you want, Irish cream, whichever you want, just the little coffee cups. So I only take 1 quantity of those, which is worth 1 tablespoon. And we're gonna add that. So boom, I got my breakfast now. Worth 455 calories, 60 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat, 31 grams of protein. I am well within my numbers, guys. So let's go and do lunch. Breakfast is done. Let's do lunch. Personally, I like to stick to lean proteins. I mean, I like to do a fish product. I like to do a turkey, whether there's ground or turkey breast. I like to do chicken, and every now and again I'll do beef, but it's got to be the leanest of beef. So if you can get the 93 or 97% lean, that's what you go for. I'm not recommending that you eat that no more than one time a week if you want to throw it in there. If your goal is to build muscle, I would put it in there at least 2 to 3 times a week. And that's only one meal 2 to 3 times a week. So that's not like eating it 2 to 3 times a week, once for lunch and then again for dinner. That's either lunch or dinner 3 times a week. So let's start here. We'll start with our protein source, right? So let's say for breakfast, I want to do chicken. Where's our chicken? Baked chicken breast. You can do it baked, grilled, fried is not the exception, guys. Do not fry your chicken. And we're going to do this. We'll set it at 1 ounce, and then we'll change the quantity because I really want to eat this chicken breast at 6 ounces. So the quantity is 6 times 1. So that's a 6 ounce chicken breast, guys. So I want to make sure that quantity size is 6 ounces. And we're going to add that to my meal plan. And 6 ounces of chicken breast is 180 calories, 0 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fats, 39 grams of protein. Let's see what that does to our numbers. Total, we've hit 635 calories, 60 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 70 grams of protein. We are well on our way. We have not maxed out at our numbers. We're doing pretty damn good here. We're going to go back and we're going to add a carb source because I like to get my carbs in the morning and lunch. After lunch, I'll cut my carbs off. You don't necessarily have to do this. If you want to back end your carbs and start eating your carbs at lunch and then eat carbs at dinner, and you want to add something else to your breakfast, take the oatmeal or whatever your carb source is out and put a fruit in there instead. You can do that, but that's totally up to you. So for our carb, I love sweet potato. I love baked sweet potato. Let's see, do I got it in here? Fudge, I don't got it in here. Oh yeah, I do, right here. Sweet potato, medium, baked. Let's see, quantity 0.5, roughly 1 cup. Nah. I don't want half a sweet potato. We'll go 1.0. And we'll hit the add check. So this is our complex carb source, guys. We've gotten to 816 calories, 101 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, 74 grams of protein. As you guys can see here, we have about 82 grams of carbs left to go. We still have plenty of protein left to go. And fats, our goal is 41. We're sitting at 13, so we're doing pretty good here. Let's add a veggie source in here, man. We got to get us some complex carbs in here. We got to get our other nutrients in here. So let's add a veggie source. What do we like to eat as a veggie? I like asparagus. I really like asparagus. So we'll do some boiled asparagus at 1 cup, 1 quantity. And we'll add that to to what we got going on here. And that's going to take us to 401 calories for lunch, 48 grams of carbs for lunch, 2 grams of fats, and 47 grams of protein. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty damn good. Now let's build our dinner. So we did baked chicken for dinner. I like to do wonderful things with ground turkey. So we're gonna do ground turkey. 1 ounce. Okay, 1 ounce. 6 times 1. This is a serving size. So 6 servings of 1 ounce. 1 ounce of ground turkey will really put us at 6 ounces of ground turkey. And we're gonna add that. Get our 6 ounces of ground turkey. That's gonna take us to 255 calories just alone in eating ground turkey. That's gonna take us out to 0 grams of carbs. That's gonna take us out to 14 grams of fat. And that's going to take us out to 30 grams of protein. Now, if you notice over here, our carbs, we're really not getting a lot in our carbs, and that's okay. We'll make up for that with our snacks, because I don't expect you guys to just eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We all like to snack throughout the day, right? So we're gonna add some snacks in there in between these meals. But for now, let's add another source in there. What do we want to do for a veggie? Steamed mixed vegetables. And we're gonna do 2 servings of steamed mixed veggies. 1 ounce. Yeah, 1 ounce, 2 servings is gonna be 2 ounces. We're gonna add that. And boom, like that. Our carbs go up a little bit. Our fats go up a little bit. Our proteins go up a little bit. We are sitting at a good, comfortable number here, guys. So let's throw another veggie in there, because you can't just have one type of veggie, right? You always got to have something else in there. Broccoli. Let's do broccoli. I like broccoli. 2 cups. Let's do ounces. 2 ounces. Add that. And you can do the measuring size in cups too, guys. You don't have to just stick with a scale and do things by weight when it comes to the vegetables. All right, where does that take us to? We're sitting pretty good, guys. Looking pretty good. So we probably got about 70 more grams of protein to go. Probably got about 60 more grams of carbs to go. And we still have about 35, a little over 35 grams of fat to go. So let's give ourselves a snack. Now, if you're like me, you're always on the go while you're at work. You don't have the time to sit down, heat up a meal, and then eat it as a snack on the go. So what I recommend is protein shakes. Now we're gonna put in the type of protein shake that I use, MTS, Nutrition Machine Way, made by a company called MTS. It comes from a place called tigerfitness.com. You don't have to use this. I use it because I like their products and I know what the content count on that is. And let's do 1 quantity, 1 scoop. And let me see if I can, and I don't like to do water with when I mix stuff. So I'm gonna do the Silk Almond Coconut Milk. Actually, yeah, right here, the unsweetened, at 2 cups. Yeah, 2 cups, which is gonna be 8 ounces. 8 ounces per cup. Add that, it's gonna be 16 ounces. And boom, right there. I got my snack. I got 2 serving sizes of MTS, actually 1 serving size of MTS Nutrition Whey. And you know what, guys? We're gonna change this. We're gonna change this. We're gonna, instead of doing 2 servings of that milk, we're gonna do 1 serving of it. 1 serving, add check, boom, right there. So I got 124 grams of carbs in, 37 grams of fat. We're getting close to our fat limit, guys, so we want to chill out on that. And 135 grams of protein. So we're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but for surely. Let's add another food. And we can do something simple like, let's see what we can get away with now. We're getting close to our numbers, right? Let's add a fruit in there. I don't see a fruit in here. I thought I had a fruit. Let's put a banana in there. I like bananas. Quantity, 1 inch medium banana. I'm gonna add this. See what it takes our number out to. And our fats are pretty good. Carbs has gone up. So we got about 30 more grams of carbs to go. We have 50 more grams of protein to go. That's cool. So this is going to be our snack, guys. Protein shake with a little almond milk, almond coconut milk, unsweetened, and banana. That's going to be the snack. So you can eat this about an hour or 2 after breakfast. That way it'll hold you over till lunch, or you can eat it after lunch. It doesn't matter when you eat it, you know, just whenever. But we're making sure that we get our numbers in now. And let's add another snack to that. So if you want to be a little bit different, if you don't want to drink 2 protein shakes a day, you want to shake it up, or if you want to drink, eat all of your snack at one time, you can do that. I like to kind of section my stuff off because I like to eat a lot throughout the day, as most people. So I'll give myself multiple snacking meals throughout the day and make sure that my snacks are within those numbers so I can stay within my macronutrient calorie count. So my second snack of the day is going to be a tuna pack. Let's see, I'm going to have 2 of these, and let's see, I'm going to add another banana in there. And instead of doing another protein shake, we're just going to do a pack of tuna. And that takes me out to 270, 2 packs of tuna, actually. 270 grams, calories, excuse me. 31 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fat, and let's see, 37 grams of protein. So as you can see here, we're getting dangerously close to our number of 1833. We've absolutely maxed out on our carbs. Well, almost maxed out. We almost hit 183 grams of carbs. We're at 182. We almost maxed to our fats. We're at 38. And our proteins, we're at 173. We're lacking on that. We need to bring that up a little bit to get it up to 183. So we need 10 more grams of carbs. So let's just add something. Let's see if we can add some nuts or something. You know what? Let's add some toast. Let's add 1 slice of bread and peanut butter. 2 tablespoons. Let's see what that does. Does that put us in our numbers? Oh man, that takes us over our carb count, takes us over our fats, takes us over our protein. So we got to take something out of there, right? So we'll take the bread out. We'll take the peanut butter out. And let's put something simple in there. Let's put some nuts in there or something. Everybody like nuts, right? Let's put some cashews. See what the content on cashews are. Oh wow, cashews are 15 calories, 1 serving, 1 small handful. Let's see what the nutrition info is on them. Make sure we stay within our numbers. 7 grams of fat. I think that'll take us close to where we need to be with our fats. Proteins, 3 grams of proteins. And carbs, 5 grams of carbs. Let's do this at 2 servings. Well, hold on. Let's change that real quick. Let's go with the raw cashews. Raw cashews are better. Oh, okay, yeah. So you'll notice a difference here from the last nutrition facts. It says calories 160 here. When we looked at the one up here, it was 715. That was only because of the serving size. The raw cashew serving size changes a little bit, 0.25 cups. Let's see what 1 cup would be. 1 full cup would be, all right, so a quarter of a cup. We'll do a quarter of a cup of nuts. That'll take us to 160 calories, 12 grams of fat, 8 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein. And we're doing that for 1 serving size. Let's add that to our nutrition diet, our food diary, and see what we got. Let's see. We're sitting at 190 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, and 178 grams of protein. Still hadn't hit our protein number. Still hadn't hit our fats number. So you know what? This is what we're gonna do. Let's take a look at our snack. We got 6 grams of carbs here. 6, 7, 82. It'll take us over a little bit. Fats, 4. Definitely take us where we need to be. So you know what, guys? What we're gonna do here, we're gonna add in another protein shake. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add in another protein shake. See what it takes our numbers to. So we're sitting at 188 grams of carbs. That's 5 grams over our 183 limit. 42 grams of fat, which is 1 gram over, almost spot on. And 198 grams of protein, which is a little over the protein that we wanted. But you know what, guys? We can kind of work with that. And we're sitting at 19. So we're over our caloric intake. So actually, no, we're not where we want to be with this. So I'll tell you what, guys. I used MTS Nutrition Whey now, but there was a time where I didn't use MTS Nutrition Whey. So we're going to get rid of MTS Nutrition Whey. And we're going to use another brand of protein that I used to use. And it's called Royal Sport Ultra 100 Clean. And the reason we're going to use this is because I know that the calorie count on it is a little bit smaller than it is on the MTS Nutrition Whey. So instantly our numbers change. Let's do that again for our snack. Let's add that in for our snack again. Royal Sport Whey. Oh man, I gotta change that because I got 2 quantity servings. So let's delete that. And let's add it again. Let's this time do it the right way. Instead of 1 quantity, 2 quantities, we're gonna do 1 quantity. Add that, and let's see where our numbers is at. Oh wow. So we're at 180 carbs, 3 grams off, 36 grams of fat, about 5 grams off, 188 grams of protein, about 5 grams over. So we pretty much almost hit our number with this. We could make some exceptions. You know what? And we're assuming that we're doing this protein here without milk. We're doing it with water. Let's add some milk to it and see what we got, guys. We don't have. There we go. Still on coconut, but it's not the unsweetened. Let's go to our database. Almond, coconut, silk. Unsweetened. Add that to the diary, 1 serving, 1 cup. See what that takes us to, 1848. So we're still at our 180 grams of carbs. We're at 40 grams of fat, still at 188 grams of protein. And right there, guys, I mean, we're not spot on at the 1833. Let's see. 1848 minus 1833. We're about 15 calories over, which isn't too much of a big deal. You're never going to get this 100% spot on, but you were definitely close. We've almost hit our limit with carbs. 180 is better to be close under than too much close over. We're under fats by 1 gram, and we're over protein by 5 grams, which is okay. It's not a whole hell of a lot of protein to be over, but for all intents and purposes, we have our meal plan right here. This is how we build our meal plan, and this is what I will eat every day for the next 4 weeks to make sure that I'm hitting that 1833 daily caloric intake to put me in a fat loss environment to lose weight. With that being said, everything is measured, right? So if you come over here to our items, our food items, I'm eating hard-boiled white egg whites, 6 of them. I'm getting in 1 cup of oatmeal. I'm eating that oatmeal with half a cup of almond milk, coconut almond milk, unsweetened. And I got 1 coffee creamer, 1 of the small cups. That's equal to 1 tablespoon, which gives me 35 calories. And everything is broken down by the serving portion and has its own calculation of calories, as well as with the carb count, fat count, and protein count. And this is how I hit my daily caloric intake right here. Now, what I want to do is hit complete this entry. And it's telling me that if I ate like this, I'd weigh 239.6 pounds in 5 weeks. Remember, I started out at 250 pounds. That's taking me down to, what's that? I'm not very good at math, so I got a calculator here, guys. 250 minus 2, and we'll round that up to 40. Actually, that's 10 pounds. That's telling me that in 5 weeks, roughly a month, I lose 10 pounds, which is absolutely everything that I told you guys was possible when we did the fat loss video. And yeah, so a lot of questions come into play. Do I need to worry about my sodium intake? Don't worry too much about sodium intake just because this is your meal plan. However you cook your proteins, your veggies, or whatever, don't worry about that. You can flavor it up. You can season it. Just stay away from marinades. Stay away from a lot of sauces. I'm not going to tell you to stay away from ketchup or anything like that, but you don't want to be heavy on the hand with it, right? Sugars, definitely don't want to use that. If you're using a cooking oil or spray, I suggest you use a cooking spray. Do not use cooking oils. 1 tablespoon of olive oil is worth 14 grams of fat. As you can see right here, you're sitting at 40 grams of fat without it. right? So and people are not measuring when they use things like olive oil or coconut oil or anything like that. And coconut oil has the same fat content in it too, at that measuring size. What I recommend you do is get PAM, the cooking spray. That's zero everything, 0 calories, 0 grams of fats, 0 carbs, 0 proteins. I mean, you absolutely don't have to worry about it. And I have the coconut PAM spray, which is 0, so I still get that coconut flavor. That's what I do with all of my foods, my meats and my vegetables included. I steam a lot of my vegetables if I don't grill it. And yeah, so you don't have to sacrifice flavor for health. And yeah, this is how you build it, guys. This is how you build your meal plan. And like I said, you can interchange some of this stuff. You just have to go in there, go to the food database, make sure that your serving portion is on, make sure the calorie count and your macro counts fit, and then just plug and play. So if I want to pull chicken out here and put in beef, I need to make sure my beef is equal to this number right here. That way I'm still within this number right here. And you can go here to view full printable report, and then you can print this bad boy out right here. Take this with you to the grocery store, and then this is what you can use to build your meal plan with. Now, hope that wasn't too much for you guys. Hope that wasn't too painful. Hope that wasn't boring. Hope that was exciting. I hope you learned something. You use this in conjunction with the meal plan video, the meal prep video. If you watch that meal prep video, it's going to show you exactly how to prep your meals based off of the portion size and everything. And I'm not going to go into detail on that because I go into detail in the actual video itself. So I hope this was good for you guys. Hope you learned something. This is the final installment of Body Recomp, the education training course series. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. Hit me up in my inbox. Leave a comment down at the bottom of this YouTube video. You can email me if you have a nutrition plan and a training plan. Then you have my email and all my other personal contacts. So with that being said, Iron Gang for life, Iron Gang out.